that they don't have to worry about being on that high ground tarp, and now they're just saying, yep, everyone down below, just keep worrying. No, it's fine. This minigun, there you go, Spammy. Oops, sorry, Spammy. You just got picked up on the crossfire, right? Like,
Spammy got spammed.
He got spammed. I like it. But, I mean, right now, if you're everyone down below, I mean, first of all, let's talk about their HP. Super non-existent. Feasel's there. The other alter ego, is he going to go down? I'm not sure. There was one of the ASMR trios. Top 9, top 8, we get another round of placement points. There you go. And now this is just going to be on this alter ego duo and Dennis to try and close out the game. No one's even contested him, by the way. This is the first RPG we've seen go out. So now they're saying, great, everyone else down below is fought. They're all super low. Let's start using our resources, start trying to burn people down.
Yeah, these guys have that default split broken down as well. Dennis on top while Mev and Namfu are at the bottom, making sure that even if there are shockwaves, right, people have learned, they've played around them. Right now, minigun sprays coming down. People have saved their hard match for this endgame, but in doing so, they might have taken tags through their wood moving around in the mid-game. Those tags are crucial because every minigun shot is 20 to 25 damage on the person straight through their builds. Right now, it's just an easy beam, an easy spray from high ground. We saw Sadig earlier who was controlling one layer of height, ultimately down at the dirt. Klops actually goes down, one of the top trios in the region. Hopefully he makes it through the heats. We will see the standings hopefully at some point. Right now though, Dennis, 4 elims. Mev, another 4. We have a total of 11 elims on this trio at the moment with more to come. There is a top 2 spot available for placement. That minigun is not stopping. All the time they could use for rotating and making sure their builds are fine. They don't need to because their height, they use it on pressure. Gets all the way down the low ground. Siddiq gets that big knot, and Kappa, no joke, this time he gets taken out. Dennis, the whole trio surviving all the way back to retail where we started. What a lore and eventful game, Zeke.
That was so much fun. Don't forget, though, that means that Hero Kappa there was, don't forget, he's on Klops and Fizo's team, so placing second is 12 points. So shout-outs to him to making it the last team. Good on you. But now we're going to send it back into the studio with Dr. Lupo. What you got for us?
Zeke, Shine, thank you very much. It's interesting to see how, over time, we've seen a lot of other regions build up around different competitive metas. And now that the Middle East finally has their shot, things are a little different than I think we've expected. We've seen from other regions in the past. It's excellent to see the competitive nature of these Middle East players. And Sundown, what do you think so far?
It's been really good. I mean, honestly, a lot of what we expected, the teams who have been up on that leaderboard consistently pushing into really the top 5 in the top 10, they've been up there in our predictions. They all advanced through to tomorrow, and we've seen kind of the disciplined gameplay where people are stacking on their teammates, relying on it, and playing for the late game, doing everything they can to try and avoid those early and mid-game fracas, to avoid kind of those big sharks who are running around looking for the elims, and get into those late game scenarios. But I know there are a couple plays you wanted to take a look at specifically here.
Very specifically indeed. Now, production prepared a little package for us, specifically, I believe, around Alter Ego MEV. We're going to take a look at that real quick. Let's jump right into it. This wall, absolutely ridiculous. Now, as you were saying, a lot of the team flyers stacking on top of each other and taking shots at players in opportunity positions like this. Gets quick pickup on Teddy's, and it doesn't stop there. You have players rotating from the outside of the map, and you'll notice the shots start, MEV takes a couple, and the comms between these players, it immediately becomes a 3-player beam position where they're up above everybody else. The comms will say, hey, guys, right over here, and everybody, the team flyer out of nowhere, spraying down on the builds as players are trying to make these rotations, and the RPG shots, an alter ego on alter ego elimination there in your feed. You hate to see it, but it's communication like that is created, especially in trios. We see it more than in duos or solos, and that's why I'm excited maybe one day squads as well. That team fire is so powerful. Even in a position where you're going to get third party from another team rotating in, we've seen in a couple of games so far in the Middle East today, you'll have team fire positions, but the pinch from either side, but you have all 3 players taking shots simultaneously on 1 or 2 walls. It's so powerful that not even all the builds in the world can save you from that, and that's putting these players in spots where not just 1, 2, 3 eliminations on from one trio to another, but maybe the team behind that's pushing in, it feeds into a chain of eliminations that's going to push some of these teams higher up the board than I think any of us expected them to go.
Yeah, and you're seeing that a lot when you have the three players who are stacked on top of each other, and then their comms are there. I mean, we joke about MMB like it's really chaotic, but when they all call out, you see, boom, everyone snaps over, and the team fire happens instantly. You're seeing Middle East put off a lot of that right now. But on our end, yes, there are still some issues going on with the matchmaking on Europe's side, so we're going to go to a break right now. While we take some on our end, we will have some additional messaging that is coming forward. So don't go anywhere. We're just hanging out. We will have more games going forward. We're going to continue to fill with the Middle East games as we come back. So we're going to dive in a little bit deeper to them, which is something I'm really excited about because a lot of people don't necessarily get the visibility into this region. They don't have the opportunities to really go in and dive into this gameplay and look into what makes Fiesel, Kappa, and Klops so good, or what makes that Sam trio that much better in seeing different styles of gameplay. It's the same reason why I preach during the World Cup. Go take a look at Asia, go take a look at Oceania, go take a look at Brazil, because you're so used to watching just NA East, Europe, and NA West that when you get these different regions, there are really definitive styles and ways to play the game in different utilization of not only mats and rotations, but items. I mean, you see the bubble bounce came out from different ways. You see the Solar grenades coming out of Europe. People are constantly innovating and finding new ways to play Fortnite, and I mean, that emergent gameplay is what I'm all about.
The more regions you add, the more variety, the more skill you're going to see, and honestly, the different flavors of gameplay go such a long way. Now, I do want to make a quick note. If you're out there watching, believe me when I say I understand that production delays, it can be frustrating, and without a doubt, the people that are in charge of this are trying to work through them as best they can. I would ask the people that are watching, this is from me, this isn't from Epic, this isn't from anybody like that. I'm sure production right now is going nuts, like, what's Lupo doing? Do me a big favor, if you're out there watching right now, try as hard as you can to not be frustrated with delays like this. Things happen. It's a very complicated game, and there's a lot of systems at play here to get every single thing coordinated simultaneously. Let me tell you, it's not easy. There's a lot behind the scenes. So thank you very much for your understanding. And if there's any frustrations, don't direct them at Epic. Maybe direct them at your keyboard or something like that. So thank you.
Definitely protect the keyboard, but I promise you, we are looking into it. We're trying to get it resolved as fast as possible. If you need to yell at anyone, you can yell at me. It's fine. I'm used to it. I said do it right there. Go ahead. You can send it all on my way, but I promise you, we'll get it resolved, and we'll always have the ability to go through and continue to watch some of these games, because again, it's always great to be able to take a look at the other regions. And I mean, I'm excited. We're going to be able to see a lot of Brazil today, right? And I want to be able to watch that, and that's one region in particular. I don't know if people were going through and looking at how kind of the heats and stuff were set up. Brazil got bumped up. Brazil is on the exact same level as NA West. They have the full 4-heat structure, and there's been a lot of teams that qualified 8 players through each week. And the amount that Fortnite is taking off in Brazil, definitely want to give a shout out to that scene, because both Brazil, Argentina, all of the South American countries have really stepped up their gameplay, both in terms of involvement and the level of skill and how they're playing in the end games. If you go and check out some of the server replays that are going through there, they're able to put up just ridiculous gameplay and ridiculous numbers, and the fun thing is the level of aggression you see that's coming out of them. They're looking to take fights in the early and the mid game. They know if somebody is if they don't spot 3 people on top of each other, even if it might be a full trio, they're like, we can eliminate those 2 people, or we can put some pressure on them to where if it does become a 3-on-3 fight, we know we'll be able to come out on top. I mean, that's why I like seeing King play that way, seeing Masteer, Dracons, and Blackouts. They're able to put out just such great gameplay. I mean, being able to look into that is fun, but at the same time, they don't necessarily have a definitive top team. So one of those guys could get upset if they don't go through. But now we're going to throw it on to a break. So you guys, whatever you need to do, go take a break. We'll be back in a little bit, but we'll also have some games rolling. So you can stick around if you want. We'll be here.
campeurs. 5 campeurs de ouf. Piste. Comme il campe. Et je gagne le mignon, ce chien. Il est comme pas mort. Hein. Et la crash. Alors là, il la crash.